Hi everybody, good afternoon. It's Wednesday at 2 p.m. My name is Mike. I am with the Athletic and Recreation Department. I am a sport coordinator at Seneca York, and I'm just with you guys today for our Wellness Wednesday walk. So it's a warm one, as the last couple days have been. We're looking at like July, August kind of weather here, so some people like it. I'm not a huge fan. I kind of like this time of year, the typical seasonal weather of 20 degrees, a little bit of a breeze. But like I was saying last week, for these walks, in order for you to get into the habit of going on a regular basis to maintain your physical activity, is to not rely on the perfect weather of your dreams, like we said, kind of with a little breeze and a rainbow and sunshine. It's never going to line up that way, or very rarely will it. So anyway, so overcast, a little bit of rain, cooler, warm, humidity. You want to try and get out whenever, non-dependent on the conditions, okay? So right now I'm in my neighborhood, and I've got a lovely pond here, if you guys can see that. There's a trail that goes around this pond, and it's literally just 5 minutes away from where I live. I didn't even know it existed until about, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. I looked on the map and saw a couple blue dots, which ended up being little ponds on Google Maps. So I stumbled across this walking my dog, and yeah, it's beautiful. So you might not have this in your backyard, but you have other things in your neighborhood to explore. So hopefully you guys can get out a few times a week and get your physical activity in. So anyway, so yeah, it's a hot one, it's humid, so I'm gonna be a little sweaty. I got a little bit of sunscreen on because although it is a little cloudy right now, I'm the guy that can get sunburnt indoors. So so this won't be too long. So just to go over a couple things, recap from last week's Wellness Wednesday walk. We kind of just went over, again, the benefits of walking versus intense activity, and what the purposes of this walk were to be, which was pretty much just a break from your regular routine. Just to kind of get outside, take a breather, step away from your work, your studies, kids, family, siblings, whoever you're in quarantine with right now, is just to get outside, either by yourself or with the dog. Oh, we have some wildlife here. I don't know if you can see that. That was not planned. So anyway, yeah, it was just a recap, just to kind of go over why walking is important to me, and it's and hopefully for you guys as well, as you can relate, is to get outside. Again, non-dependent on the weather conditions. If it's optimal, that's great. That's bonus. If not, it's still a good break to get outside for mental health. These days, it's important to take care of yourself. Okay, so that was kind of a bit of a recap. This week, I'm just going to kind of go over a couple things that, especially now considering the weather we're getting, and hot and humid, is to make sure that you're taking care of yourself on these walks and you're not putting yourself at risk for heat exhaustion. A lot of people are kind of overdoing maybe runs in 35-degree weather, and they're running 5Ks and they're not properly hydrating or fueling your body. So heat exhaustion is very serious, which can lead to heat stroke, and your body's temperature is having a really hard time maintaining. So I'm just gonna turn around here. So yeah, I wanted to go over proper hydration and making sure you're aware of how much you should be consuming and what you should be consuming. So for starters, so yeah, obviously this goes without saying, this is not breaking news. Drinking lots of water any time of year is important, non-dependent if it's summer or winter. But if you are going to be physically active and exerting yourself, you want to be hydrating even more than you would at rest or just inside working in air conditioning. So typically, based on the Canadian Food Guide and Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology, you want to be consuming roughly, well, they say, the old saying is 8 glasses of water a day, which is a little bit old school. It's kind of hard to you know, visualize what that would be. Sometimes you're drinking a bottle of water or out of the fountain. During exercise and physical activity, it's recommended that you consume about 500 milliliters of water about 30 minutes prior to your activity. So whether that's a run or our leisure walk like we're doing right now, about 500 milliliters of water. And then during the activity itself, it's recommended to drink about 250 milliliters, so a little bit less, just to kind of, you know, prevent the chances of cramping, stuff like that. 250 milliliters of water during your exercise, and then another 500 milliliters of water post walk or post activity. Okay, so that's water. Now, obviously, like myself, I'm a sweater, and I will probably be sweating quite a bit just from this walk, which is not very strenuous at all. But just given the temperature outside, the humidity, just the way I am, I'm typically sweating a lot, and I'm not a big fan of the heat for that reason. But when you're sweating, you are losing a little bit of electrolytes, which, for example, sodium, potassium, magnesium. Those are important minerals that will help regulate body temperature. Your kidney will basically do all the work to regulate the flow of water when you're consuming, and making sure that your muscles are getting the proper hydration in your body temperature. So there are beverages you can consume, although some are recommended you stay away from. They typically are high in sugar. But there are some things you can get, electrolyte packs, which are basically like a sodium electrolyte. A lot of athletes will put that in their water. I don't know if you can see this right there. So I actually have a electrolyte with me right now. This one is basically a combination of amino acids, electrolytes, vitamins, minerals, which I'll just put in my water. It's a lemon lime flavor. Tastes pretty good. It adds a little bit of a punch to your water. And not only that, but because, again, if you are sweating a lot and you're walking in the excruciatingly hot, humid summer days, and you're sweating a lot, you want to make sure that you are replacing those electrolytes that you are losing from the excessive sweat, and then again, which will help maintain your body temperature, because you are producing more heat when you are exercising, let alone being outside in the humid summer. So that was for that. Again, I'll just give you a little bit of a sneak peek of the little pond here. You can hear some of the birds chirping, which is great. Another reason to get outside is just the sounds of nature. Hopefully there's no sirens or construction in the background. So that's the hydration. And then also snacks as well. So certain foods like fruits and like watermelon and cucumber, which consist of like 85% water. So if you're going for a long walk, you know, like a nice hour-long walk, or again, even if it's just a half-hour walk, but it's really hot outside and you are sweating and you have some water and you want to stay hydrated, packing snacks, watermelon, grapes, cucumber, things like that, which will consume a lot of water as well and fiber. So that's a good idea as well, on top of the water and the electrolytes, to stay hydrated. Okay. Okay, and then yeah, also just keep in mind, again, we talked about the ideal weather conditions. Again, if it is a really perfect hot summer day, not a cloud in the sky, sunshine, you want to kind of plan your walk, if you can, around what time of day it is. So typically between the hours of 1 and 3 is the hottest of the day. So if it's a day like yesterday, which was 35 and sunny and 80% humidity or whatever it was, you're going to want to maybe avoid going at that peak hour, the hottest time of day. If that's when the only time you can get out, then that's great. Just make sure you take the precautions and sunscreen, lots of water, fruit, electrolytes, etc. that we just went over. But if you can avoid that, try to go again in the morning, or even in the evening after dinner, which is even better reason to walk off the dinner. So, and it's now at this time of year, it stays light out till after 8 o'clock in the evening. So again, let's give you a little shot here, just so so I can bring the outdoors to you guys. So that's the things we went over, was just hydrating, fruits and veggies that contain lots of water to help you stay hydrated, and then taking the precautions based on the time of day that you are going for your daily walk. Okay, so that was pretty much it. Just wanted to go over a couple of those things just to kind of encourage you guys and motivate you to get outside and go for a walk. Again, I stumbled across this place a couple months ago. It's just a big loop. It's probably maybe 1 kilometer in length around a pond. There's some nature. Rarely see that many people over here, to tell you the truth. So it's easy to maintain physical distancing in this specific location. So I do suggest, exploring your neighborhood. You might have some hidden gems you don't know about, and you can take that as your invitation, as your new walking location. Okay, guys, so that was pretty much it. That was our Wellness Wednesday walk check-in with Mike. So yeah, we'll be here again tomorrow for 10 a.m., 12:15, and 2 for our Be Well Live activities as well. Just a reminder, we are having our virtual fitness classes now every day, Monday to Friday at 11, 1, and 3. So please go to senecasting.ca for more information and the schedule. Okay, guys, so be well, be safe, stay hydrated, and get outside. See you guys.